Today, we are going to be actually talking about something that I have a ton of interest and a strong passion about. And over the last probably couple of years, I've been doing a lot of extensive research about this because I really see the video market going in this specific direction. Because when being in the video market, I have my live webinar platform. I've got the automated webinar platform. We create simple and scalable solutions that help more companies generate more leads, attribute video and video conferencing and live streaming, which is I'm going to have a specific emphasis on of what I'm talking about today, ultimately to generate more leads and generate more revenue, right? Well, we have paths to sell tickets and sell products and sell services. And where the market and where the direction is going when you talk about a overall marketing process when it comes to how a live event might happen. You have to go through a sign up page, you've got to enter in your information, you have to log in to the online event. If you want to go buy something, then you have to, you take out your credit card, you do a transaction, you have follow-up email processes, you've got different ways to communicate with your audience at different levels based on how they're engaging with your event. Not everyone's going to be treated the same. Everyone has their own unique buying experience. And as I've been doing more research on how we help our software users, we help our service-based clients who are looking at us to help generate more revenue, more traffic, I can go and actually provide a lot of additional insights on how you can use these different models to scale up. Now, what's been happening when you're talking about the live streaming market, you have solutions like Whatnot, right? Or I think it's What's Not, where you can actually sell your baseball cards. You can sell your Pokemon cards. And that is very focused in one particular area of using live streaming, where there's a platform where if I wanted to click live like I'm going right now, I can go live in What's Not. I can sell products and services, not really services, just products. I can sell my baseball cards, I can sell my Pokemon cards, and What's Not is actually bringing the audience to the live stream, and people can buy my cards directly from that live stream. Now, that company alone has raised over $450 million. And you have other, YouTubers and celebrities who are also investing in that because that's where everything is going. And what I found with when you're talking about the live stream market itself, that's why you have Facebook Live, you've got YouTube Live, you've got now TikTok is going live. And there's a new not a new product, but there's a platform in China. I believe I'm going to botch how I'm saying this, but it's called Douyin, Douyin. Now, if you search them, I'll pull them up in a second here. They have the exact same logo as TikTok because TikTok is the Americanized version of what this platform is. And now you're going to notice when I show you this that there are major players here who are building, whether they're doing a live and they're making $15,000 by clicking live, they're selling their products, they're talking about the products. Now, when you talk about that removes a lot of the barriers that you would normally have, right? You don't have the process of hitting a registration page, signing up. You see a live, you see someone talking, you click, you can directly interact with those people, right? And from there, then you're able to purchase. Now, if you've already put your credit card in, if you've already entered in your information, now that is all saved for the future, right? And now anytime you want to do a transaction on that platform, you can do that. And these are the type of platforms that are helping you sell condos, sell cars. So you're making a lot bigger purchases moving forward through these applications. And so I'm going to go through and kind of show some of that. But when you talk about the big picture of the big grand scheme of where the video conferencing market is actually going, in the US right now, we are I believe we're about 1.2 to 1.5 billion dollars in transactions that are happening through live streams. So that means I'm going live, I'm talking about a particular product, a particular service, whatever that might be. People are taking out their credit card. They're buying my product or service directly through Live and throughout all these different platforms. About 1.2 to 1.5 billion dollars in transactions are happening there. Now, there's a lot of companies that are adapting this. And you can, if you look at amazon.com/live, Amazon, there's an Amazon Live where there are influencers who go live. You can mark which products and services you want to talk, not services, what products you want to talk about. People watch your live, they watch you interact and talk more about it. You can have a carousel of individual products that you want to sell. So I can go all day, click 500 products, talk about each of these products, and now Amazon is going to be giving me traffic if I'm a good enough person and I do enough revenue and I get my volume in and I get my minutes up as far as my live streaming minutes. Now they're going to bring an audience to me through their Amazon Live marketplace. And then every time a sale happens, I get an affiliate cut for that. I don't have to do the fulfillment. I am just taking my time. I am going live and I'm talking about it. So that model is being applied for multiple different platforms. When you talk about Amazon Live, I talked about What's Not. Macy's is doing it. Now, this is no different than what I guess QVC was, right? Where people would go on, they would book a commercial or a commercial spot, and they would go into the studio and they would go live and you'd be on TV. But now QVC has applied the same model for live streaming. So now between the Amazons, you've got Macy's, Walmart. Now Walmart's doing it probably the best way and the most underrated way so far because no one really knows that they're doing it yet and they haven't marketed it that much. But they are bringing in people like Jessica Alba to talk about her Honest company. She's gone public. She doesn't need to be going to Walmart Live, but she is going on Walmart Live. She is going into their professional studio. She's answering questions. She's demonstrating the product about her Honest company or the Honest brand, and she is going and selling those products directly through there. And now they're taking that replay. Walmart now has that replay of it, and they can replay that for their audience. And that's different ways to generate revenue. And so you can really see these major companies, Fortune 500 companies, are adopting this model and using that to really grow not only their brand, but they're using it to grow their online sales. And so just to give you some context here, I'm going to share my screen and show you a couple things. So first, actual proof of what I'm seeing as far as online transactions between the US and China. I'm going to actually show you the Chinese version of TikTok, and you'll see the logo, you'll see the whole thing. And then I also want to show you something I found totally fascinating, which is basically the most comprehensive studio. So it's a big building with individual TV studios where it's just a bunch of live streaming studios for people to go and sell their products directly from kind of like I would call maybe a warehouse mall. And this is all happening in China. And so I'm going to show you that first, just so you can see the operation of what's going on. And then I can go through, show you some of the numbers, and then I'll actually go through the Chinese version of TikTok. So let me see if I could share my screen here. I believe I could share my full window now, actually. Yeah, I can, because I don't need all right. So let me share this. Okay, so here, this is basically a factory, like this person's saying. So I'm going to put this on full screen, and I'm going to play this for you because this is going to distort your reality of what you really know is live streaming and where this is going. And I'd personally love to have some of my own studios do this because I think this is totally fascinating here. So check this out. Just listen to all the people talking in the background. Just look at this for a second. So right here, if you can see this, right here, you've got these individual studio setups where people have their own backgrounds. They've got, it looks like you're in a bedroom, right? It literally looks like you're in a bedroom because you've got different colors. They're not all the same. Everyone's got their own different experiences. Basically, the only thing that is the same is the camera and the ultimately the camera and the studio size. That's really it. So I mean, if you look at the different, I mean, the lighting would probably also be the same. They're all very well lit. They've got the same floors, different colors on the background. Some have hangers, and so you can kind of see how this is operating here. So you notice there that you just click live, and then you can actually buy directly from there. So it's all happening from people's iPhones. It's no different, right, than kind of what we're talking about when you're just talking about going live. So if you look at this, so this is for the U.S. market. So the global live streaming market is expected to grow. This is from 2021 to 2022. So one point, we're talking about $200 million difference between 2021 to 2022. Okay, annual growth rate of 20%. Okay, so we're saying by 2026 it should go to 2.6. Okay, we're talking very small numbers. If you really look at the difference here, from the New York Times posted this. They're saying that this was written in April of 2023. $500 billion in goods were sold in live stream apps like Douyin. Okay, this is the Chinese version of TikTok. So if you go into here, this is Douyin.com. Okay, so I had it translated because it was all Chinese, and I'm not able to read Chinese. But here, if I go to live, now this is going to give you kind of similar to our experience on the American version of it, right? Where people are actually, I can click here right now. Someone looks like someone's selling something, right? So if I log in, I play this, I can click here to enter the live room. See, it's all Chinese here. This is going to automatically translate to English in a second. Okay. So here he's got his iPhone or whatever it might be that is linked up to the platform. I'm able to go in. If I was logged in, I can actually go and buy individual whatever he's selling right here. Okay. And then on here, there's other monetization options, right? I can go and recharge. I could buy coins. If I wanted to gift this to him, I can go and I can click this right here, click gift, and then I can go and I have to log in to go send in those gifts. And then there's different ways to generate more revenue through that model. Looks like, I don't know, looks like he's selling meat of some sort, right? But he's probably going online, some selling meat. This is a clear example. And it looks like this is his full-time business, right? So it's just totally fascinating as far as where the market is going. What is this really evolving to? Because when you look at this from just a grand scheme of things, like there's so many different ways to go through and generate revenue through live streaming, right? And when you're talking about live streaming and you're talking about scaling up what you're doing, I saw one person was just showing classic movies. You can go through and just show classic movies, and if it brings enough of an audience, you're going to get compensated the right way because you're having enough viewers. They're paying. They're giving you a tip pretty much for attending what you're doing there. So I just found that totally fascinating. And so, as far as the like overall model there, when you're talking about like where live streaming is going, why it's so important for you to integrate this for your business, where it's going to be going, when you're talking about the next 5 years, the next 10 years, the next 20 years, you really should be spending as much time in figuring out the video model as much as you possibly can, because this is the future of where it's going. We are basically cutting out cable, right? We are cutting out these platforms that is creating a barrier between the audience and the personality, the audience and the influencer. And the faster you're able to realize that, and the faster you're able to look at yourself, and Gary Vee says this a lot, as far as positioning yourself as a media company. If you look at yourself as a media company and you're front forward and you're facing, in your front, being as aggressive as possible on the media side, as far as creating content, going live, interacting with your audience, getting that real-time feedback, making the improvements. And now this is going to be on a level of sales. This is for a level of marketing. This is a level of customer service. So there's all these different types of dimensions that you should really be thinking about when it comes to building your brand, building your exposure, building your distribution online, because the better and the more effective you are at that, everything else will become much, much easier down the road. And so right now with the US market, with where we're at, it's obviously very clear when you're doing paid advertising, you're trying to build your own distribution, your own email list. That is really important. And that is the next iteration of what we're focusing on and what we're building and what we're actually raising money for, is so we can really kind of combine a little bit of what you saw with like this TikTok live, but really think Amazon Live meets Eventbrite. And so when you're looking at Eventbrite, it's very interesting, because now if you sign on to Eventbrite and you say, I am interested in hockey, bike riding, and the arts, now Eventbrite knows that. And anytime someone that you either follow or someone posts an event that is in one of those three categories that I just mentioned, now Eventbrite is going to send me an email to notify me to register for this person's event or for this specific industry's type of event. And now this is for business to business, for business to consumer. And the idea is now that when you're looking at a TikTok, or you're looking at, if you're trying to sell courses on Udemy, or you're trying to go live on YouTube, whatever it might be, these platforms own the data, right? They own the information of what user is visiting, how much time are they watching, what their email address is, if they clicked on a call to action. They own all of that data. You as the host, as the creator, you don't own that. So what we want to bring to the market is have a clear way, which is what a lot of what we do now, to give you that data after someone signs up for your event within your own ecosystem, but creating more of a carrot, or kind of more of a very unique value proposition. So anytime an audience is coming to your event, you're able to own and control that data, so you can continue to communicate with them, build that long-lasting relationship, and have that strong omni-channel approach to continue to market to those people long-term, right? And so if they're interested and they've visited your live stream, they saw half of it, then you can market to those people on Facebook or on Google or on YouTube or whatever that platform is going to be. So that's where I see the market going. That's where I see the live streaming going. That's how we're going to continue to help drive more traffic to people's events and have that be a path to generate more revenue, more leads, to grow your audience. And while we are helping our clients do that, we are going to be building this solution to really help people scale and grow their business long term. So I hope you found that insightful. I would love to stick around and see if anyone has any comments, any questions, because I know this is something that is definitely newer. We're wrapping our heads around it. And the faster we can kind of overcome this I don't know what to say. I'm not sure what people are going to be thinking when I go live. I don't want to be judged for it, whatever it might be. The more you're able to overcome those type of problems, ultimately for you to make a bigger impact on your audience. If you're not going to do it, someone else is going to do it, and they're going to eat up your market share. So that is the best advice that I could possibly give. If you're just trying to overcome and say, I'm not sure if I want to do it, I would just say bite the bullet, go for it. And if that's something you would like some help with as far as helping grow your business online through video, maybe we can even create a smaller ebook or giveaway to help grow your email list first to start. More than happy to talk about that and help you strategize. Or I'm more than happy to take a look and give you like a video audit of your business if you want to send me your website. So thank you so much for watching. Would love to get your feedback in the comments, and I will talk to you soon. Have a great one.